Welcome to What's in the Box, the unboxing of Suburbia, in particular the collector's edition. Now I got this some time ago. Has been opened. All the components are put in the correct order. They're supposed to be put in after they've been unboxed. But as you can see, I like to keep that wrapping on, except for the wrapping on the underside. I'm going to do this unboxing a little differently. Normally I tip it on its side. I'm not, just because of the way everything is stored, and it is stored fine, but there is a chance that some of the cards which are already ordered might fall to one side, and I just don't want that to get in the way of showing you what's in this box. So let's just look at the artwork. I'll lift this box cover up, this box top, there we go, bring it closer to the screen. You can see Suburbia there. We have the collector's edition. Lovely box. It's got a bit of gold gilt edging on it. You might be able to see that, see there in the light, the way that gilt goes all along that gold. So a very lovely touch. This is a great box if you can get your hands on it, but it will also showcase pretty much all of the other expansions you can get with Suburbia, because they are all in this collector's edition box. Let's put this on its side so we can see the sides that we have here. That is one side, you can see there. I'll turn it over. Pretty standard stuff, no difference. Still got the gold gilding that is on there. Each side is the same. You can see there it is about a 1.5 hours, maybe 2-hour game for 1 to 5 players. So one of those rare gems that does allow for 5 players. And of course you can put the box on this side in your bookcase shelf or your board game storage shelf if you so desire. What I like about this is this recess here, so you can actually put your fingers in to help lift on both sides, lift the box up. So I put that, first of all, show you that underside as I normally do. No picture on the inside. Now I'll put it off to one side. Let's put that over there. We have here in this collector's edition a whole lot of extra goodness. These goodies are the essentially player boards that you get in this collector's edition with a variety of colors. I'm going to flip that one over because, as we've just seen and previewed on the one I flipped over, not only do you get a variety of colors, but on the reverse side, we've got printed here, you can see the different cities. Let's see, maybe, here we go. I had it around the right way before, did I? No, it's got some around different ways. Let me quickly go through these and put those which are that way around to the reverse side. Now we can show you. You can see here Taipei written on the reverse side. We have Hong Kong on this one. We have Las Vegas, LA, good old LA, fabulous LA. We have Philadelphia, shout out. Paris, with love. London's calling. Kuala Lumpur, nice shopping haven. Knoxville, I think that's in Tennessee, if I've got everything right. Let's look at these other extra boards that we get, and I'll just quickly go through, show you the colors there. Flip them over. We can see we have Rome, Toronto, Orlando, not the bloom, Dubai, Tokyo, Prague, and Milan, or Milan, however you want to say that one. Now with these boards, as a player, if you put them this way in front of you, you can build your cities going out. If you flip them over, you'll have to reverse it, and you can build your cities coming towards you. Write in the comments below whether you can hear that raspiness in my voice. I'm going to put those off to this side for now. We have an LED light holder for the tile tower, which is in this box. You can see here that's just to punch those out and help hold that light holder for the tile tower up. So that is that. Put that over to that side. We have here this great tray. And on this tray, we actually put our tiles around here. You can see the arrows which show the direction they go. We have this board in the middle, and this is the 5-player. If I flip that around, this is the 5-player side of this board. And this other side, put that in there, is for 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. And also helps you know what cards and the order to put them in your card tower stack, which comes up in this section here. Good old silica desiccant. Throw that over there. I do like this. This game has good table presence with all the components that are in it. I love it. Nice plastic as well. I'm going to have to cough occasionally. I apologize for that. Might try and mute or pause that later. We'll get to see in edit. That was a cough. We have the rule book, which also shows very nicely the contents of not just Suburbia, the base Suburbia, bring that down there, but what is included in Suburbia Inc., what is included in Suburbia 5-star, see that there? The Suburbia Con tiles, you get at different gaming conventions, Nightlife tiles, Suburbia Essen tiles, and the Suburbia Collector's Edition tiles as well. So this has been put together very thoughtfully so that you know when you punch your tiles out, which tiles go where. In this booklet, we've got the game setup. You can see that picture of that imposing tile tower once it gets set up, and it really does look something else and adds that extra dimension to this game, which I believe is probably one of the best city builder games that is out there. We've got the player setup. We've got the gameplay described. There is a fair bit of writing, but it's still very good, very thorough, and as concise as can be for this game. End of game conditions, building tiles. It shows you with examples, gives you a solo game and also another one with a bot, Dale the bot. We have, we can see there, Suburbia Inc. And you can see on these tiles, and we'll see in a moment, this is the Suburbia Inc. expansion icon just there. We have Suburbia 5-star with its icon. You can see there in white, the star. I'll point that out. Only a couple more pages now here. We've got the Suburbia Collector's Edition tiles. And I did show you the player mats, but these are the tiles. I'll just show you rather quickly there. There we go. You can pause that and then look at that. And again, with the Collector's Edition tiles, list them there. We've got the Suburbia con tiles with the dice icon, the Suburbia Essen tiles, Suburbia Nightlife tiles, and obviously special thanks, which all companies do. Let's put that over to this side. Another booklet describing the tiles in the base game and what they do. So a bit of a reference there so that you know exactly what each tile does. Lake tiles there tells you what they do as well, how to use them. And it does. This booklet does it for all the tiles. If you know the game, you know there are A tiles, there are B tiles and C tiles, which we see on these 2 pages. Basic tiles. We have all the gold tiles explained there, plus the tiles from the different expansions here, Suburbia Inc. The border tiles and what they do, as well as the bonus tiles, the challenge tiles, and the goals for some of the expansions as well. The con tiles, the Essen and 5-star tiles, as we continue through this. And again, just going on to the last sort of bonus tiles, challenge tiles and goals there. Finally, the last page has the Suburbia Nightlife tiles. We'll look at that just a little bit more closely. You can pause that as we go through. I'll put that one to that side. Now we have the rest of this big box, and it is very deep. My hand is coming up to my wrist, so that's how deep it is. We start off with this nice little package, and it is a great package. as we've just seen, here we have more sort of, I'll call them player mats, what each player can get. These can go around the tiles that you have are laying out or have laid. Each of these sides is exactly the same, so I'll bring it up closer so you can see that. And they have the same picture. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. On the reverse side, let's go through these quickly and briefly. We have the Wildlife Sanctuary, Olympic Park, Sports Complex, Orchard, the beach. And I like the fact that they're all with their unique and very relevant pictures. This is the military base. You can see the military hangars and aircraft there. At the bay, so Bayside, San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, I'm not too sure which. Maybe it's the same thing. I apologize for not knowing that. My geography is really bad. The desert, not dessert. The amusement park, and the forest. So those are those tiles, and they have a nice place in this box. These boxes are really good. You can put your fingers down the side and lift them up. Let's go through all these tiles. This is going to be a bit of a long one because of the number of tiles that we get. We are going to go through them as quickly as possible. These are goals, fewest stars, most restaurants, foodie, and the most, the fewest stars on top there, the hermit, the foodie with the most food, and most stars is the tourist, and the points you get by being the only player that reached that goal in the game. We have here, and I'll just show you quite quickly as I take this lot of hexes out, that we've got labeled at the bottom here. This is the C set of tiles for the 5-star expansion. That's why we've got the star there. If I lift this out, we've got the second space for the C stars. If I lift this out, we've got the B's and of course the A's. Let's go through these. In this C star pile, we have in the blue colours, we have Professor Barbecue, Memorial Building, Island Resort, Opera House, that's in Sydney, Australia, Ludwig's Castle, reference to a game there, obviously, Lookout Canal, it's a real place as well, obviously, Art Gallery, and Bezier Games Arena. I like that. So Bezier Games is the company that produces this, actually, Bezier Games. Let's have a look at these C tiles. Super Mall, Overpriced Estates, Snorkel Island, Pharaoh's Favor, Man-Made Volcano, Embedded Circle, Hall of Fame, Alien Mountain, and the Swanky Spa. Getting the next lot out, which is going to a B star, and I should show you the C's that I've just picked up had the C's. I'll show you one of them. They are all the same. That's the C set of tiles. We're now into the B set of tiles. They will have the same back, as you can see here. All the B's have the same back, or the C's have the same back. Just to prove that, at a cost of $0 when you buy them from the board. We have, in this B pile, the Crepe Condo Country Club, Smarty Pants Technical School, Sprue Factory, Grand Speedway, Dollar Arcade, Wildflower Gardens, Wax Museum, and the Siltmore. I don't know what the Siltmore is. Let's have a look at the tile, maybe. Looks like a place, maybe a sort of a palace. Write in the comments below if you know what that is. I don't. The other lot of B tiles, we have the Tourism Centre, Pointy Cathedral, and pointy it is, Creekside College, Haunted Asylum, Mystery Mansion, Mayor Ted Statue, Hedgren Subdivision, Scenic Parkway, and the Ski Lift. So all of these very swanky obviously to go with a 5-star feel and theme of this expansion. Here we have the A tiles. See on the back there, the A tiles. The A tiles all have the same picture, but it is, again, obviously slightly different to the B picture, which again is slightly different to the C picture. Put those C's and B's back. Let's flip the A's around, go through them. We have the Pie Shack, Tiny House Park, Roadhouse, Bungee Bridge, Crystal Caverns, Cornfield Maze, Hydroelectric Dam, and Falling Tower. Not the Leaning Tower, the Falling Tower. And here we have Tourism Office, Easy Burger, Lactose Princess, Failed Solar Company, Starry Sidewalk, New York Slice, and Sleepy Haven. So that concludes the box, which contains all the 5-star elements. You can see there, 5-star. I'll show you in that bottom corner, the 5-star expansion. Put that lid on, and the lid does fit really well, as well as can be expected for something like this. You heard it click then. Put that over there. We now have this very funky tower, which you saw in the picture before. And here we have, I believe that's the first player marker, and a light that goes in the middle there. So you can see down there, and that's what you get to see on this white board. So the tower goes around this piece here like that. I'm not going to put that together just yet. So there's a place for it, first player marker. I'll put that out of sight over there. We have a lot to go through. These all fell out of that tower. So these are sort of your basic cards. On the reverse side of these, you can see no A's, B's, or C's. And these are the cards I was afraid would move around a little bit. As you can see, we have the suburbs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. We have the community park. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those here. I think there are some more further on in the game. And we have the heavy factory. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those right here. So don't be concerned that there isn't a 5th one. I believe there are enough, and obviously need at least 5 for each player that's going to play this in the end. Let's just pull out, we also have, that's the helicopter pad for our tower that I pulled out, that goes on the top there. Okay, let's pull out these. Again, we've seen plenty of these before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So many more options for these. For the 5-star, you can see the star icon down there. That indicates it's for the 5-star expansion. Actually, we have some other expansion there. I've forgotten which one that is, with that sort of necktie. Is that the social one? I can't remember, that we can see there. So we have the golf course, City Zoo, Fort Antonia, National Park, Radioactive Waste Site, Boardwalk, Mountains, and the train tracks. Again, just like the fact that all the artwork on each of those is different. Let's go through the goals of the nightlife. So the nightlife expansion has that little moon that I'm pointing to. We have the most nightlife, I think that's places, get the Insomniac Award. Fewest get the Nyctophobian Award. The most of this sort of building, Entrepreneur. And the fewest of that is the Layabout. Put that one back. Remember, I've done that one already. Actually, let's just keep going down this side, I think. Now, this is a bit hard to get out, but if you push them down, you might have seen that there. They do actually come out relatively nicely. Again, labeled down here is C with a moon for the nightlife symbol. We have these C cards, all the same back. And here in the nightlife edition, see the moon there, we have pawn shop times 2, campus library. I think that all of these are 2. We'll show you them both. The game night host, the night court, and the prison in that bunch of C nightlife tiles. I'll just put my finger in there, make life easy for myself to get that next lot out. These are the B tiles. All of them have the same back. 2 of each of these also, we'll go through them: police station, tavern, hospital, security office, neighborhood watch, laundromat, parking garage. Here we have actually just one of the parking garage. We have one of the dice towers, an obvious reference there, and also Man vs. Meeple Studios. Both of those referencing obviously YouTube channels where you can find lots of good information about board games, the Dice Tower and Man vs. Meeple. Some of my favorite YouTube channels, which I have used quite often in the past, and there are new board game channels coming up even as we speak. Let's have a look at these A tiles. We have the back alley times 2, so that the top lot will be times 2. Dance club, city square, werewolf den, helipad, haunted house, ATM, graveyard, and finally the Sax Serenade Jazz Club. And that's just one of those. And we have Tantrum House, which is also another YouTube board game channel reference. Let me put those back. Now we come into this expansion. I can't remember what that expansion was called. I'm going to have to use my cheat sheet. So Suburbia Nightlife is what we just did. And that expansion, there we go, Suburbia Inc. You can see that there with the, I guess it's a tie by the looks of it. So the goals for Suburbia Inc. The fewest of those, you get European. The most, you get Guard. The most of those briefcase icons, you get Milton. And finally, the most of all of those, you get 10 points and you get crowned as the settler. Oops. And the fewest of those, you get 15 points and crowned as the nomad. Let's go through this pile now. So here we have challenges, and all the challenges are the same on the back. These have the star icon. You'll just see the icons as we go through, and they do have different icons depending on the expansion that it was from. So tourism challenge, +3, ink challenge, nightlife challenge, commercial challenge, money challenge, population challenge, residential challenge. I'm not going to stop saying the word challenge, I think. Border, reputation, lake, income, industrial, and civic. Next lot of challenges. Part of the challenge is getting these out and back quickly in the box. So these are bonus tiles now. Again, I'll go through them quickly, and I'll probably omit the word bonus after the first few, but you can see the expansions there. Tourism bonus, nightlife bonus, ink, industrial, lake, border, residential, reputation, commercial, money, income, population, and civic bonus. So they're all the bonus tiles. Let's go through the list of C tiles for this expansion. There's the back. Again, just the same as the other C tile back. So all the backs are the same. So you don't know which expansion they're coming from until you flip them over. And we have the lake house ×2. the indoor mall ×2, and redistricting office ×2. Good artwork on all of these, and the quality of the card is really good as well. Very impressed, very happy with this as I got it, and I haven't played it or basically since I've opened it, which was a long time ago. So it reminds me of how good it is, and I really must get it back to the table. The B tiles, water purification plant ×2, ×3 even, light rail ×2, new construction ×2, ×3 even, and checkpoint. We see them there. So they were the B tiles. And finally, the A tiles. The back there, just to show that they are all the same as the other A tiles we've seen already. We have investment property, 1, 2 of those. Redevelopment planner, 2 of those. County assessor, ×2. Cemetery, and the law office ×2. Bring the law office up, not one I'd probably particularly normally show as a close-up, but the artwork is very good and quite detailed on the tile. You can see it's got the tiles also, I don't know if you can see that there, it's got that linen finish to it. Don't know if you can see that there, linen matte finish, and I quite like that as well on the tiles. So very sturdy, very good quality tiles that you get. I'll lift this out carefully now after putting those back. There's always a chance that I might accidentally drop them and they'll go everywhere. This next set, open that up. So you'd put this tray out and you'd have your 3 sets of basic tiles there. You can see Suburbs, Community Park, and Heavy Factory. If I turn that over, you can see basic tiles. They don't have A, B, or C, so those piles will go there, and they'll be, the number of in each will be dependent on the number of players. We have tokens for each person. You can see there first I'll bring the first one up, put that one back, I'll bring the second one up and flip that over, so that's the same, same on both sides. You can see there. We have what looks like purple in there with a car and a meeple. We have sort of a grey sort of thing there, a few of those. These blue briefcases, I'll bring the grey one out there as well so you can see that. There's our first marker. We have airport tokens. We have our coins here, the 10, and the same on, well, not quite the same on both sides. You can see there the different sides. We have an icon for food, icon for monuments, that's there, and this is a tray which has that contains all of these things. I've got to put those back, otherwise they're going to fall off. Blue briefcase. So they look like icons for each expansion. And finally, I'll show you the 1 and the 5 coins or tokens we have. It would be nice if these were metal coins, but they're not, so they can see the 1s and the 5s. And they're made of a good quality, sturdy cardboard. And I can put something in there if I so choose. Let's put the top back on those before I drop it and they go everywhere. Pull out this other box. I'll actually take the lid off first of all. So we're getting close to the bottom layer. You can see it is a big box, very deep. You can see there the shape of it. So again, good quality plastic. So this is a component tray for you. You can see there a whole lot of different tiles. And again, we've got coins there in 5s and 1s. Player colors. Look, you've got, what I really love about this is the variety of color players you get to choose from for this game. We saw some of the purples before. There's another star for the purple, bit of green over there. So you can see, again, the 2 times tokens, the orange one, or a lighty sort of orangey one there as opposed to the darker orange. So great selection. Oh, here's another one there, sort of a bluey color. So you've got 3 places there, and they've just fallen out and need to go back. So I put the purples in there if I wanted to. So yeah, a lot of variety in terms of choice, and you can mix and match that with your player mat as well. Let's put that lid back on. Now we get the scorer marker board. That goes together jigsaw style. It is double-sided. It's a nice quality card thickness that you can see there. On the other side, this second side, you can see the star icons down there. So that's when you play for the 5-star variant of the game. If I flip that over just to show you, proof that the other side doesn't have the stars on it. So the counter board, and this is for population, to increase your population, and your marker will go, your first marker will go where that arrow is on the 2. We have, right at the very bottom now, home run. More boards, basic colors that you can see here. And then I'll flip them over, and sure enough, they have the countries written on it, or not countries, but other international cities: Barcelona, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, LA, we love it, Chicago, and New York. And these are recessed. I forgot to show you before, but these are actually recessed holes for your pieces, the round piece and the square piece, to go in there, so they won't slide off, and all of them are recessed on both sides. So that is just outstanding work in this collector's edition for Suburbia. Okay, I'm going to pull out these now. So these are the player aid cards. You can see there, they're both, all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because of 5 players. Same on one side, and then flip them over, and they are, as they say, they give you the aid when you play the game, so you can see what all the symbols represent, what you can do on your turn, when you place a tile, what you need to do as well. So great, and this is cards well, great reference there. I'm going to put those back. We have a spot in the back here specifically for con tiles. It has the dice on it. We have Kubla Con, Dice Tower Con, Gen Con, BGG Con, and Essen Spiel. And I dare say those pictures of the places where they are held. I've not been there. It's something I hope to do one day on my bucket list. Go to all the cons and buy plenty of games there, new games. I'd love to do that. Need to save my money. Should stop buying Kickstarters like this. Maybe I shouldn't. I just need to save more money. Here we have another expansion here. This is for Messy Essen. We've got 2 of those tiles there. Gruger Park, 2 of those tiles, and the U-Bahn, 2 of those tiles. So we can see written there, limit of 1 per person. Putting those back now in the space, and it does have a picture in the back there. You might not be able to see it. Take out these round discs, so you can see these goals. We have most money gets 10 points, billionaire. Least money gets the spendthrift, 10 points. Most, I think that's civic buildings, civil engineer, fewest libertarian. Most water, aquatic engineer. Fewest water is the aquaphobian. Fewest industry tiles, environmentalist. Most housing tiles, builder. Fewest housing tiles, capitalist. Most, I think that's industry. No, that's civic. What's the word I want for that? Anyway, it'll come to me. Developer, and fewest is the socialist. Apologies for my little blank there. Here we have most industry, we have the industrialist, most contiguous, which means to join together, public official, most airport or air related, air traffic controller, most contiguous water, a harbour master, fewest, 2 times tokens, employer, highest, investor, lowest, miser, that's money on the money track. Highest on reputation track is luminary, lowest on the reputation track is the miscreant. Now I will pull these out, get round to doing them all. These are the CE, so the collector's edition tile. And we've got another spot here for the collector's edition tiles. You can see here the CE down there for collector's edition. So these came with the KickStarter, very unique. Burj Khalifa International Commerce Center, Empire State Building, the White House, Tokyo Skytree, Petronas Towers, Sears Tower, Taipei 101, Spaceship Earth, and the Sun Sphere. Those go back in the designated spot. And they've just, what I really like is, well, for this set, they do have places you can get your fingers in to lift them out. But also, when they sit in their spot, they don't slide because they've made the height just right for the number of tiles, and obviously put a lot of thought into that. Again, here we have C tiles. So these are collector's edition tiles. We have the Mirage, LAX, LA International Airport, CN Tower, Westminster Abbey, Eiffel Tower, Colosseum, Duomo di Milano, St. Vitus Cathedral, Independence Hall, and Sagrada Familia. Sagrada obviously is another game. But again, I just want to reiterate, the thickness of the tiles is really great. I think it's awesome, having a fun time handling these tiles. Let's go to this middle stack of Bs. So this is for this expansion here. Again, forgotten briefly what the expansion was. So this expansion is, let me get there, we've got Suburbia Inc. What we've got here? Oh no, it's not for us. This is the base game, that's right. It's a base game. What am I talking about? So that's the subset of building that we have here. Sorry, in the corner now. I'm sure many of you would have picked that up. Anyway, let's go through the rest of these basic tiles. So this set down the bottom is the basic tiles, the basic set for Suburbia, except obviously the special tiles, which I showed you there, and the CE tiles, which I've just been through. So now we're in the basic tiles. We have Office of Bureaucracy. We've got 1, 2 of those. Stadium, 2 of those. Elementary school, times 2, 3 even. Museum, 2 of those, and the Postal Service, 2 of those. Put that one there. Moving through the B stack, still, show you the back. The B stack still, we have Casino, 2 of those. The Gas Station, Shipping Centre, Skyscraper, just 2 of each of these. Movie Theatre, and the Power Station. So these would get shuffled together. You'd only use a certain amount of these in the game, so not all of these will be used in every game, which gives the game its variety. Let's go through the final B stack of basic tiles. Domestic airport, 3 of those. Warehouse, 2. Hostel, 2 of those. Housing projects, 2 of those. Berg von Auspach, 2 of those. And retirement village. Bring one of those close up so you can see the detail. Again, all linen finish, just like all the other tiles that we've gone through and shown. Very heavy duty card as well. So that's all the B tiles. They can go back in their stacks. Let's go through these stacks. So these are the A basic tiles in your A set. We have the Mint ×2, Homeowners Association ×2, Mobile Home Community, 2 of those, Parking Lot, 2 of those, Fancy Restaurant, we have 3 of those. Next one in the A stack of basic tiles. And thank you for staying with us if you've stayed this long. You obviously have a very good interest in seeing all the tiles in the game. Waterfront Realty, 2 of those. Office Building, 3 of those. Convenience Store, 2 of those. Business Supply Store, and Fast Food Restaurant, 2 of those in this stack. And the last lot of A's, so we've just got the C's to go after this one. Again, to show you the back, the A's. We have the Slaughterhouse, getting to yellow buildings now, industrial. Landfill, 2 of those. Municipal Airport, 2 of those. Freeway, 2 of those. And finally, 2 farms. And I've been saying it for a while, we're on the home stretch, but now we're really getting there as we go through the C pile stack. The all-important one more round tile, which goes in the C stack and indicates the end of the game is coming up. You can see that, the C stack. We have a score bonus tile, which isn't a C stack as such. I'll show you this other one, which I can see here, which is also score challenge. These go in the stacks if you're using those tiles as well. So let's go through the rest of these C's. Bed and breakfast ×2, apartments, ×2, condominium ×2, PR firm ×2, and resort ×2. Penultimate, or otherwise known as the second to last stack, the new car dealership, 2 of those. Hotel, 2 of those. Boutique, local EPA office ×2. High school, 1, 2, 3 high schools. So the rest in that stack had 2, 3 high schools though. Last stack. Almost there, folks. Seeing quite comprehensively what is in this box. So here we go. Middle school. 1, 2, 3 of those. University. 1, 2. Chip fabrication plant. 1, 2. Recycling plant. 2 of those. And finally, one of my favorites, the international airport, and we have 2 of those. So that is it for what's in the box. What I will do is I'll just take out this tray carefully, because what I want to do is what I wanted to do at the very beginning, and that is to show you that sides of this box in particular. Look at that nice artwork there. That's not actually what I want to show you in particular. What I wanted to show you was this. I really like this feature. It shows you how to stack all of these components. So on the bottom you have these trays, and you can see they're labeled down the side, and you've got the picture in the middle, and it's a very good picture, so you can tell what goes where. You can see their player aids as well there, in the collector's edition tiles, in the base tray. So this is the bottom. If I go all the way around to the other side quickly, you can see here, we've got the top layer. So that shows you, we've got the extra borough boards at the very top, rules, tile reference, etc., all the way down. There's our tile tower that we can see there. And finally, this shows everything. So I like the way they've blown that up on each of the sides, but here you've got everything. So that's just fantastic. I will also now show you the very bottom of the base. So this is the super edition of the definitive city building game. You can see there how a game looks like for a player when it's in progress, and there is the contents. So I'll scroll through that slowly again. You can pause that at your leisure if you want to read that a bit slower even. And there's the Bezier games. You saw the Bezier tile in there as well with overview of the game that is there. So that is Suburbia. I'll bring this back into view. Move this one out the way like that. That is Suburbia. That is the big box. I call it the big box. It is the collector's edition. Look, if you like Suburbia or you want to get it, I can't highly recommend this one enough as the version to get. I don't know what the prices are like. I imagine they're probably going to be a little bit on the ridiculous side. I have seen some games recently as I scroll through looking for more games to get. Some of the old hard ones that are out of print and hard to get, they command hundreds of dollars, if not maybe by the time you see this in a few years' time, thousands of dollars. But I hope you can get this one way or another if you're interested in getting it. Otherwise, just get the basic and then get all the expansions. So I hope you've enjoyed what's in the box for this Suburbia Collector's Edition. It has been a bit of a long one because I did want to do this box justice and go through all of the tiles, show you every tile that you get. You can see that there are lots and lots of tiles. Again, if you go to that back of the box I just showed you how many tiles are in that. So please, if you found this useful, please like it, give it that thumbs up, subscribe, and also share it with your friends as well. It'd be really helpful. I really appreciate that. Have fun playing. If you play this game, you will have fun. I can guarantee it. Have fun playing it with your friends and family and other people. Always enjoy your games. Make sure that when you're playing your board games, it's a pleasure and a joy for yourself and others. I'm LeMonde signing off. Thank you for tuning in.